In its first year, Western United has been kicking goals.
Western United have come from behind.
Soon, they'll have a place to call home.
The Field of Dreams, we call it, because it takes a lot of vision to think that one day there'll be a major sporting precinct out here.
I'm here in the fast-growing western suburbs of Melbourne, about 20 minutes by train from the city. In this paddock, in 2 years, there'll be a 15,000-seat football stadium, a commercial area, and it'll be filling up with homes. The interesting thing is how the local government is going to pay for it. There's no state government money, no federal government money. They're making the money to finance the stadium, essentially, out of thin air.
It's called value capture. When governments make infrastructure decisions, like the location of a stadium or subway, nearby landowners get a windfall gain. Different value capture models take a share of that windfall and return it to the public.
In Australia, it's largely the case that the public funds the infrastructure and private landholders who live nearby take the windfalls, and that has to change.
Western United was given this paddock by their local council. They've sold parcels of the land for far more than they could for normal farmland. And that money will pay for the $150 million stadium.
We're providing at no cost the piece of land, which is about 6.5 hectares for the stadium itself. The rest of it, anything that the developer wants to develop on, they pay for. They use the profit to pay for the stadium.
The system is common in Hong Kong and has helped finance the massive new Crossrail tunnel under London.
Value capture closes that loop so that those who have the best location, who have the greatest windfall gains, actually contribute more back to the public coffers than those who live 2, 3, 4 kilometres away. And that's the common sense element of it.
We can't keep going to our state and federal governments and saying, you build it for us. So part of the value capture idea that we've been working on down here is how can we help with the infrastructure build.
Property groups are less enthused about a potential new tax on land.
People who are participating in the property industry, consumers, people who buy dwellings, people who are tenants in commercial buildings, they are paying enough in taxes. They pay 45% of state revenue, they pay 25% of a new dwelling in the greenfields. That's enough tax, they're already paying enough.
In the same way that any developer, when they build a new housing estate, makes money off it, usually goes into the shareholder's pocket. Instead of it going into the shareholder's pocket, the profit, it actually goes to pay the financing that's used to build the stadium itself.
In the last year of our property boom, 2017-18, land values in Australia went up over $660 billion in one single year. Now, if just a tiny skerrick of that went back to government, we'd be able to build all the infrastructure we needed.
Capturing that cash could build a lot more fields of dreams.
Western United leading by 3 goals to 1 just before the break.